सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ तपोभिः क्षीणपापानां शान्तानां वीतरागिणां मुमुक्षूणामपेक्ष्योऽयम् आत्मबोधो विधीयते। Let us chant from Panchakoshadi Yogena, number 15. Panchakoshadi Yogena
Panchakoshadi Yogena
Tattanmaya iva sthitaha
Tattanmaya iva sthitaha
शुद्धात्मा नीलवस्त्रादि योगेन स्फटिको यथा
Shuddhatma Nilavastradi Yogena Spatiko Yatha
वपुस्तुषादिभिः कोशैः
Vapustushabhikoshaihi
युक्तं युक्त्यवघाततः
Yuktam Yuktavaghatataha
आत्मानमन्तरं शुद्धम्
Atmanamantaram Shuddham
विविञ्च्यात् तण्डुलं यथा
Vivicchatandulam Yatha
सदा सर्वगतोऽप्यात्मा
Sada Sarvagatoप्यात्मा
न सर्वत्रावभासते
न सर्वत्रावभासते
बुद्धावेवावभासेत
बुद्धावेवावभासेत
स्वच्छेषु प्रतिबिम्बवत्
स्वच्छेषु प्रतिबिम्बवत्
देहेन्द्रियमनोबुद्धिप्रकृतिभ्यो विलक्षणम्
देहेन्द्रियमनोबुद्धिप्रकृतिभ्यो विलक्षणम्
तद्वृत्तिसाक्षिणं विद्यात्
तद्वृत्तिसाक्षिणं विद्यात्
आत्मानं राजवत्सदा
आत्मानं राजवत्सदा
vyāpṛteṣvindriyeṣvātmā
vyāpṛteṣvindriyeṣvātmā
vyāpārīvāvivekinām
vyāpārīvāvivekinām
dṛśyate'bhreṣu dhāvatsu
dṛśyate'bhreṣu dhāvatsu
dhāvanniva yathā śaśī.
dhāvanniva yathā śaśī.
Once again, vyāpṛteṣvindriyeṣvātmā
vyāpṛteṣvindriyeṣvātmā
vyāpārīvāvivekinām
vyāpārīvāvivekinām
dṛśyate'bhreṣu dhāvatsu
dṛśyate'bhreṣu dhāvatsu
dhāvanniva yathā śaśī.
dhāvanniva yathā śaśī.
Yeah. I think I gave the translation of the previous shloka, right? Yeah. We've been conducting these children's camps. 2 children's camps happened in the very short, 3 children's camps in fact. 1 in Bangalore, 2 in Coimbatore. So then parenting with a purpose. So these ideas of parents and children is going on in my mind. So telling children what is important in life and what is not important. The whole life is a big task. Parents' task is that really. How to impress upon the child. Shankaracharya is following the same method for us also. That is what it seems to be. So, here the question is, okay, Atma is Nirgunam, Atma is Nirvikaraha, Atma is Nishkriyaha, means it doesn't do any action. But action, the whole human being is full of action only. As one psychologist said, we are not human beings, we are human doings. Who said these fellows, rishis are all useless? Human being, they said. No, we are all human doings. Without doing, we cannot be happy. Impossible. We are all doers. They also ask, what are you doing this coming weekend? I'm not doing anything. Is there a problem if I don't do it? Yeah, there is a serious problem if you don't do something. So that's how we have become. So that question is coming up. That is the question. Wait a minute. We are all doers. How can you say Atma is Nishkriyaha and get away with it? That question is answered here in the shloka. vyāpṛteṣvindriyeṣvātmā indriyeṣu Ātma. Atma is the subject of this sentence. Okay. Atma, then vyāpārīvāvivekinām is the main sentence. So this vyāpāra, I think all of us know the word vyāpāra. Vyāpāra means some occupation, some activity is called vyāpāra. Sanskrit students, dhāvatsu, pr. So v purvaka, a purvaka, pr ta, or pr and then ta pratyaya. vyāpṛteṣvindriyeṣvātmā, vyāpṛtaha, all these words will come. In Tamil Nadu, vyāpāra, if you say, means farming. That was the main occupation. So that vyāpāra word got associated with farming, because that was the main.
Vivasayi is farming.
Vyavasayam is also farming. Yeah. Vyavasaya.
Vyāpāra is in Tamil trading.
Trading, business, okay. Vyavasaya is farming. Correct. It's the other way around. Vyavasayam is farming. So, vyāpāra. So, trader, no. Vaishya's job is to do stuff and bring stuff to our home. That is that person's job. And so here, this word vyāpāra has many meanings. But the main meaning here is activity. That is the way to look at it. So this vyāpṛteṣvindriyeṣvātmā, indriyeṣu, the things that are active in the body are body, indriya. He is using the word indriya because they are the instruments in the body. All indriyas are all active. The minute we wake up, they are all active. And when we are asleep, some of them are active, not indriyas, but the pancha pranaha, okay, are active at different levels. Vayu, of course, is completely active. And then blood circulation is active. Many of these things are active. Even the nervous system is active. It's active. Somebody touches us, it takes a while for us to know, but maybe we are waking up the nervous system. Maybe the brain is sleeping, but the nervous system is active. We don't know. And so, different levels of activity are there. So, vyāpṛteṣvindriyeṣvātmā indriyeṣu. Hey, in a waking state, when all these sense organs are all active, Ātma vyāpārīvāvivekinām dṛśyate. That's a way to connect. Ātma vyāpārīvāvivekinām. I hope you are able to split all these words. I am not telling you these things because by now you should got used to it. Vyāpārīvāvivekinām. Last time I think we split it. Dṛśyate is the first word in the next line, second half. So vyāpārīva dṛśyate. Ātma vyāpārīva dṛśyate. Look at that. Vyāpārī. So Ātma is taken. Ātma appears to be the actor, the agent of action. How about that? Agent is better. Ātma appears to be the agent of action. Vyāpārī, the owner of the vyāpāra. Ātma takes on everything. Ātma is the doer. Like that he is saying. And Ātma is taken as the agent of action by whom? Avivekinām. Those who, Atmabodha says, Guru Shastra Rahitanam. That means this is a universal conclusion. That fundamentally I am a doer, I have to make it. If I don't make it, I am finished. That's it. And even if I make it, after that I feel like something is less. I have to make it even more. I have to do something more. And so, Guru Shastra Rahitanam, he says. Means everybody is an aviveki to begin with. Everybody is an aviveki. Aviveki means Ātma Anātma Viveka Rahitanam. We saw that in Atmabodha. Vivekah kaha, Ātma Anātma Vivekah, Ātma Anātma Vivekah. Like that he explained. The idea that there is something other than what I think I am, or what I think I am is not what I think, is not what I am. Like that. What I am seeking seems to be the wrong thing, or what I am seeking I cannot find by what I am doing. These kinds of ideas, once we get into our head, then Viveka begins to set in. Then Guru and Shastram will come automatically. Has to come. Because that's when we begin to be aware of other things also. Like I said, this newly married couple, suddenly they have a baby. The delivery is coming next 1 week. Now the home has to be changed. Then the guy is asking, where should I buy this baby items, baby clothes, and what should I buy, and where is the baby store? A baby store is right next to your house. This guy didn't even know that, because there is no connection between him and the baby store until now. It's just 1 kilometer away. So it is all there, but until now it did not become real at all. It was irrelevant, in fact. Nowhere in the radar. So for the Viveki, this comes into the radar. It begins to loom larger and larger and larger and larger. That is how it happens. So here he says, though, Avivekinām, these Indriyas are always active. How do you know Indriyas are always active? What did we see in the Bhagavad Gita? Prakrite kriyamanani gunaih karmani sarvashah ahankara vimūಢātmā kartāhamiti manyate. My God, look at that shloka in I think 5th chapter or something. It is the nature of the body and the senses to keep on operating. You keep the eyes open. You can't say I don't see. Why you can't say? Keep the eyes open and then tell me I can't see. The only way you can do is you can block your mind somehow force your mind to think of something else. Then only you won't be able to see. That means what? If the mind is all right and the eyes are all right and the eyes are open, you have to see. You can't say I won't see. Not possible. I won't see is not possible at all. That is why I see also is not a correct statement. Technically it's not a correct statement. Because the eyes are open, mind is there, means automatically whatever is there will come into your head. You can choose to ignore a lot of things. We do ignore a lot of things. Every second we are ignoring a lot of things. Correct? Every second. Especially when you are walking. You just ignore. You might enjoy the weather. That means I am ignoring everything except the weather. Correct? So ignoring and focusing on ignoring and not ignoring is my choice. But the seeing is not in my choice. Hearing also. That's why in our meditations we say, hearing takes place. Hearing takes place because you have no choice. Eyes are open but eyes are closed, ears are open. Sounds are heard, that's it. I have no choice on what sound I hear. No choice at all. No, please don't hear a dog barks. Because in India here, dog will bark periodically. During meditation, I don't want to hear any dog barking. No, I can't say that. Why I can't say it? Ear is doing its job. Its job is to pass on all sounds, irrespective of whether you like it or not, whether you want it or not. That shows that here is a clue that shows that hearing is really not up to me. I can decide to close my ears. That is my choice. Swamiji, Puja Swamiji, long ago I remember he gave this example. Somewhere I was traveling in car and suddenly some smell, an unwanted smell. It could be the smell of, if there is a sugar factory, the smell of molasses is not easy to digest. And so that smell will come. Don't tell your nose, just ignore this smell. You can't do it. Don't bring the smell into me. You can't say it. Why? Because nose is doing its job. Smelling takes place. The act of smelling has to take place. In fact, it is not even an action. Underline that and think about it. Smelling is not an action. You can choose to bring your nose all the way on top of the boiling sambar. Without burning your nose, of course. That you can do. Is why then only the smell comes. If I have to bend so much for the smell to come, then I have to rethink what I am doing. That's a different thing. But if I have to do it. Because nose is always smelling. And so, all these are all, if you start analyzing, I saw, I smelled, I did, I heard, all these things are all okay, we understand. Those are all vyāpāra, that is all fine. But technically, it is superimposed on Ātma. Right? In this example itself, we can see. I did other things. But not really the smelling. I am not an agent of smelling. I am not an agent of hearing. It's very obvious from this analysis. So that's what he's saying. Avivekinām vyāpṛteṣvindriyeṣvātmā. When the sense organs and the karmendriyas, 5 organs of action, they are all active. I am breathing. Really? Thank God I don't have to focus on my breathing. That's why I am alive. If I have to think about my breathing, that means there is a lot of difficulty. Keep on doing this nose and restroom and all these things happen. Because breathing is not happening naturally. Only when the breathing is not happening naturally, I have to do so many things. Otherwise, I am not even conscious of my breathing. But I do say I am breathing. I am breathing. No, breathing takes place. And so, you see, look at so many examples are coming. So, when so much activity is going on, vyāpṛteṣvindriyeṣvātmā means what? When given so much action happening in the body, second after second after second, constantly, nahi kaschit kshanamapi jātu tishtatya karmakrit, somebody posted there. Hey, not for a second the body you can be without any activity, like that Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. And here prakrite kriyamanani gunaih karmani yasheshatah. So that guna, these activities, how come these ears are like that? Without even my paying attention, I pick up these sounds. That is called, that is the Trigunatmika Maya, that is a job of the gunas. That is why guna becomes important. Thank God they are doing their job without my monitoring them. That is the nature of these sense organs. The nature of gunas is to express itself. I don't have to tell the fire to be hot. The fire is hot without even being conscious of itself. So, prakrite kriyamanani gunaih karmani sarvashah ahankara vimudhatma. This fellow is a vimudhatma. This fellow is a fool. Like that Krishna is saying. Fool means what? Aviveki. Aviveki. Ahankara vimudhatma. Taking on all this agency upon himself, herself. Kartaham iti manyate. Abba, first time I think he uses the word karta there. Sri Krishna. Aham karta iti manyate. I am the agent of action. Iti manyate. It's so strange, Children, we have to tell them, you have to do it. Let's do it together. Come. All these lectures, I saw one. Swamiji gave a talk on Saturday morning to these parents, young parents. And one of the things he said is, don't say do and all. They have a quota. They have a listening quota, it seems. Swamiji, nice, So they have so much quota is there. This much I will listen to you. Beyond that, I am going to tune you off. All parents know this. And so Swamiji said, don't say do. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. Like that, some parents also have to sacrifice their time. So, ahankara vimudhatma. That child has to be told. Finally, the child has to be able to stand up on its own legs. And you are capable, my dear son, my dear daughter. You are capable. Do it yourself. Finally, you have to say, do it yourself. And so, ahankara has to be built up for the child. Look at this. Child has no ahankara when the child is born. Means what? Doesn't know anything about itself also. Parents and all, he doesn't know. No relationship. Nothing. No idea is there. Simply, somebody is lifting her and then she is very happy. I am getting food periodically, I am happy. So, some relation slowly develops. Then that need develops. And I am, oh, come on, Gita, means suddenly she is responding. Oh, Gita means I have to respond. So it simply learns by repetition. That is all it is. It knows nothing. Then it takes a while to say, oh my God, I am Gita. That I comes. I did it. I broke the glass. They are angry that I broke the glass. So like this, I comes and then ahankara builds, keeps on building. And then we go to work and then go to college, then I build my ahankara, my resume is in the form of ahankara. It's all ahankara. Every bullet point in the resume is ahankara talking. Ahankara. Now you come to Vedanta and say, my God, now we are trying to do what? Retrace the whole thing. Maybe not retrace. Hey, continue. That's all okay. But now understand, just like this child, the ahankaratvam or ahankara was superimposed on the child, correct? Everything, from name onwards, everything is superimposed on the pure Atma. Atma doesn't even have a name. And Atma is free, all pervasive. And child also is like that. until it is shocked, until it curses. Mom keeps on saying, no, you can't touch that, you can't do this, you can't get that, that's not good for you. And I said, it's not good for me? What is this good to you, baby? So many constraints, abba baba, until the child simply gives up. That's it. I'm not going to come to the store. Why? Because you're not buying anything for me. Why should I come now? I know the store entire in and out, I know it. Now you are not going to give me what I want. So life has become like that. Now we have to just say, okay, it's all a superimposition. That's what he's saying. Avivekinām. So there, ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. This akarta atma has been taken as karta. We need the shastram to undo all the damage we have done. Unfortunately, there is no way out. There is no shortcut, correct? That ahankara has to come and I have to take myself as a karta. Otherwise, life is not possible. Living a life is not possible. And then I have to understand that I did the superimposition. So I have to desuperimpose, decondition myself. That is the process we are going through. So, avivekinām vyāpṛteṣvindriyeṣvātmā indriyeshu ātma vyāpārīvāvivekinām. This much we know. And vyāpārīva. Padmapada says snāna, āhāra, vihāra, shayanādi. So, examples. Eating, drinking, talking, sleeping. I slept. That's another big joke, is it not? I slept. Try sleeping. Try sleeping by your... Thank God, you're just praying that if I close my eyes, I will go to sleep. Correct? This is a prayer. That's the biggest joke. So, anyway. Karmavan iva dṛśyate. Karmavan, one who has karma, the agent. Karta iva dṛśyate. Like that he says. And avivekinām ātma anātma viveka shūnyanām. Now you understand all those. Tika, how easy it is to understand Tika now. Ajñāninām ityarthaha. Alright. Abhram. Now he gives an example. Abhreṣu dhāvatsu dhāvanniva yathā śaśī. Now he is giving an example. Just like śaśī, chandraha, chandramaha, yathā, just as this chandrama, dhāvanniva, it appears as though moon is running. This is amazing. We all have been so amazed by that sight. When does the moon is not running? It is simply there only. It doesn't run anywhere. But sometimes it feels as though it's moving so fast. That is because abhreṣu dhāvatsu. When this abhram means what? Abhram means megaha. Megaha means cloud. Sanskrit students and others also listen to this. Bhr dhatu. Up bhr. Up means water. Bhr is to bibharti, protect, enclose, contain. That which contains water is called abhr. Is equal to megaha. Okay, this is how Sanskrit works. So abhreṣu. We saw somewhere abhram. Ayati shraddhayo.
Chinnābrahmiva nashyati.
Chinnābrahmiva, correct. Bhagya. Ayati shraddhayopetaha yoga chalita manasaha aprapya yoga samsiddhim kam gatim krishna gacchati kacchinnubhaya vibrashtaha chinnābrahmiva nashyati. Krishna is, Arjuna is anxious. Chinnābrahmiva nashyati apratishto mahabaho. Something like that. Kam vimudaf brahmanaf pati. Anyway, I'll finish chanting because I never chanted it in a long time. Yetan me samshayam Krishna chetumarhasya seshataha tvadanyas samshayasya cheta nahyupapadyate. Correct. So, I'm chanting for my sake only. So, look at this. There he says, look, I got what you're saying. Karma yoga is important. Discipline is important. Viveka is important. That's why knowledge also is important. I am now in this journey. What happens if I suddenly die? He didn't, something like that he's asking. Like he gives an example. Chinnābramiva nasyashi. This family of clouds is moving like this. But one cloud decides to explore by itself. It tries to say, like this baby, some elephant or baby, whatever all these babies and baby animals, they try to do. Baby, human beings also. And somebody has to keep a watch on these babies. And so, Chinnābramiva. And then after that, that's it. Once it separates, then it will splinter and disappear. Chinnābram, what an example Arjuna is giving. Chinnābramiva nashyati. So there we saw the word Abram. Same Abram comes here. But here, in the sense of moving clouds, dhāvatsu abhreṣu. When the clouds are running, as it were, dhavanti means running, means it's moving fast. Then that contrast is so clear that you can literally, it's almost hard to say that this moon is not moving. That example he's giving. Dhāvatsu clouds. Slow movement and all, the eye cannot register. Fast, moving like that. And you can see the moon seems to be moving so fast. And so, apṛteṣvindriyeṣvātmā dhāvatsu dhāvanniva yathā śaśī dṛśyate tathā ātma api vyāpārīvāvivekinām dṛśyate. Like that you should complete the whole sentence. I remember as a kid when we were used to go in the train, and we got into the train, you go, we are all going to Mumbai or Chennai or something. And then suddenly you see the platform moving. Platform is moving. And then for a second, it's real. The child doesn't know all these things. And then you look around like this and all confusion is there. Looking around means confusion. Then you find yourself shaking like this. Okay, train is moving. Like that you have to come to a conclusion. You know, they play games with this. There is a small straight line is there, and there is a big circle. They show a straight line on top of a big circle, and the straight line appears curved. Have you seen that? That's how it is. This parallax, this is so amazing. I cannot distinguish it. It appears as though the line also is curving. It's actually a straight line. And then they'll show an image. All 5, left, right, top, everywhere a bunch of 100 fives are there. 100, many more. They say identify the 3 threes. As though you can't identify a 3, right? 3, how can you not see a 3? But you look around for 1 hour, you can't find even 1 3, I'm telling you. This is how it is. This is how that example here is given. Dhāvanniva, yathā śaśī. And then, good. I think that's the message here in this example, in this shloka. Yeah, let's translate this. We are going to look at Menanji's translation. Just as the moon appears to be running, just as the moon appears to be running, when in fact the clouds are moving, when in fact the clouds are moving, comma, so too for the people without viveka, so too for the people without viveka. Generally the translation will be, you will see in books, non-discriminating, etc. I'm not using that word. We will just leave it as people without viveka. We understand what it is. Atma appears to be active. When in fact the senses alone are working. When in fact the senses alone are working. Just as the... Is it okay? Everybody got it? Yeah. Just as the moon appears to be running when in fact the clouds are moving, so too for the people without viveka, Atma appears to be active while in fact the senses alone are working. This in fact and all that you can put in parenthesis, okay? Senses alone are working. The alone also you can put in parenthesis, brackets. All right. Okay, next shloka, number 20. Yeah, Anita ji, go ahead and unmute yourself. ātmacaitanyamāśritya
ātmacaitanyamāśritya
dehendriyamanodhiyaḥ
dehendriyamanodhiyaḥ
svakiyārtheṣu vartante
svakiyārtheṣu vartante
sūryālokaṃ yathā janāḥ.
sūryālokaṃ yathā janāḥ.
Once again, ātmacaitanyamāśritya
ātmacaitanyamāśritya
dehendriyamanodhiyaḥ
dehendriyamanodhiyaḥ
svakiyārtheṣu vartante.
svakiyārtheṣu vartante.
So it is swakiya, not swakriya. Svakiyārtheṣu vartante.
svakiyārtheṣu vartante.
Sūryālokaṃ yathā janāḥ.
sūryālokaṃ yathā janāḥ.
Yeah. So here, okay, you said indriyani vyāpṛteṣvindriyeṣvātmā. Vyāpṛteṣu. Oh, the sense organs are doing their own jobs. Mind is doing its own job. Its own job means what? Active. It is active, not Atma. Its own doesn't mean I have no control over the activities. The controller is also there. Okay, please understand. Ahankara is there. Ahankara is deciding which way to turn the head. And the head won't turn by itself. So Ahankara is there to somehow command. All this command, somehow it's all working. We don't know how it works. And so, there is somebody who's controlling. That Ahankara is there very much. But how these sense organs can do their job like that? They're all jadam, you know. There are two things. This whole Vedanta relies on Atma, Anatma, Vivekaha. There is something called Alatma, body is Anatma, or Atma. If you ask, a body is not Atma, it is Anatma. Indriyani, what about sense organs? They are also Anatma category only. Even though they seem to be doing their job quite well, they are still Anatma only. That is the whole purpose of the study. I am not the body, I am not my sense organs, I am not even the mind. Like that we say. Then everything is Anatma. Everything you listed in the previous shloka, Indriyeshu, etc. That Indriya is all Anatma only. And Anatma is Achetanam, Achetanam means Jadam. Jadam means inert. Inert means they are not conscious. They're not conscious. Body is not conscious. Is body conscious? Okay, let's ask the question differently. Yeah, body seems to be conscious. I can feel it. When somebody calls me like this, just a small tap is enough. I can feel it. Body is obviously conscious. They are getting my attention just by tapping like this. Hardly even just as though a leaf has fallen on this. That's all it is. I can feel it. Body seems to be conscious. But really it is not conscious. We know that. That consciousness is endowed by Ātma. The consciousness comes from Ātma. So this body all is like no different than a chair or a table. Chair is there. Okay, let's start with chair and table. A chair doesn't move by itself. It is there. If you put it in one place, it will be there all the time. Thank God it is there all the time. Because some guests are coming and sitting, and then the chair will look at you. Hey, wait, you're too heavy. Then move, go away. You come and sit over me. Like that, the chair will start talking and all that. Thank God the chair doesn't talk. Heavy person sitting, okay. Light person sitting, also okay. Doesn't open its mouth. So chair is not active. Chair cannot do things by itself. That is called achetana. And the body also falls in that same category. It can't be a different category. But still the body is different than the chair. The mind is different than the chair. The senses are different than the chair. So he's asking, the question is, hey, with achetanam, like chair cannot be any active, but you are telling, oh, the indriyas are all active. Like that, you casually said it in the previous shloka. Like that, a doubt can come. How come? How come the indriyas are like that? They are able to do what they are doing. Is Atma making everything do? Making everything, you better do your job, like that. Like at home, parents are monitoring what children are doing. Keeping an eye. Is Atma keeping an eye on these things? That is the question. Is Atma, okay, Atma is not a karta, alright. Okay, a karta and all I can accept. Maybe it is a karayita. Karta means doer. But then I don't do anything. I quietly sit and make everybody do. Correct? I remember this many places. Somebody is driving. Say husband is driving. Wife is sitting next to him. Or behind him, wherever. Children are sitting in the front. Wife is sitting behind. Something. And she is saying, no, watch out, the bicyclist. No, watch out, there is a cow. Hey, watch out, people are crossing the road. This fellow gets furious. They are a happy couple, but when they get into the car together, they are not a happy couple at all. No chance. Nobody will say. Don't do backseat driving. Didn't I tell you? It's called backseat driving. Sitting behind, but making the fellow do all kinds of stuff. Or like a Yajamanaha is there in the behind and the driver is there. Okay, we'll go here first before going there. So he will just make a turn, etc. He will do all this stuff. Finally, Yajamana decides where to go. Is Atma like the Yajamana? Backseat driver? No. The answer to that question is coming in this shloka. Okay. So, ātmacaitanyamāśritya dehendriyamanodhiyaḥ svakiyārtheṣu vartante. Now you got it. Vartante, that is a verb here in this shloka. Okay, vartante. Engage in. Vartante is a beautiful word in Sanskrit. It appears. There is no direct meaning in English for it. But svakiyārtheṣu vartante. They appear in their respective activities. They engage in their respective activities. Vartante. Who engages in their respective activities? Dehendriyamanodhiyaḥ. Dehaha, body. Indriyani, sense organs. Manaha, mind. Dhiyaha, dhi means intellect. Buddhi, buddhayaha. The short form for buddhi is dhi itself. Dhi itself is enough to refer to buddhi. That's what he's saying here. So that fungibility is there in Sanskrit, because this is all anushtup chanda. So dehendriyamanodhiyaḥ. You can't say buddhayaḥ. Bu means one more extra syllable will come. So dehendriyamanodhiyaḥ he says. So dehendriyamanodhiyaḥ. So all these parts of the body, which are all given to us to engage with the world, they are all engaging all right. It's a massively complex this thing, sanghataha, put together. It's meant for us only. But then dehendriyamanodhiyaḥ ātmacaitanyamāśritya. They depend on ātmacaitanyam, āśritya. They have their ashraya in ātmacaitanyam. Their engagement comes from ātmacaitanyam, not by Atma being the karayita, backseat driver, not even the Atma being karta that we saw last time. Neither karta last time we saw, nor karayita. Asritya, just by Atma being there. Just by Atma being there. Just by Atma being there means what? Hey, pot is there, mic is there, laptop is there, this is there, that is there, fan is there, everything is there. Everything is, if you say, hey, that is taken for granted. That is Atma. That existence is provided by Atma. That existence is taken for granted. All along, all my life, I've taken existence for granted. And I, not only that, and I impute the existence as a property of the object. Existence is a property of the object. Pot exists, pot doesn't exist. Car existed. We had a car, now we don't have a car. We decided to scale down. Oh, so car exists, car now doesn't exist. This is our idea of existence. Existence depends on the object. That's how it becomes. You tell me an object, I will tell you if it exists or not. That is the maximum idea of existence I have. But then that satta is there. Atma provides the satta. Satta means what? Existence. Or sattvam. Sat, chit, ananda. That sat must be there, is Atma. Ātmacaitanyam. Here he is using the word not satta but caitanyam. Caitanyam. That sat is chit also. In the objects, inert objects, Chaitanyam is not obvious. But in the body, Chaitanyam is very obvious. That existence which I exist now, I obviously exist now. Do you exist? If somebody asks, nobody asks the question, thank God. Otherwise, it will become a very iffy conversation. And then people will start doubting our intellect and all that. Do you exist? Sometimes we say that, நீ பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கியா இதெல்லாம்? I mean, are you this kind of nonsense is going on? Are you watching all this? Sometimes we say, are you there or not? Yeah, so that is consciousness. That I am, that consciousness, that idea of consciousness only a human being can appreciate. Even an animal cannot, even though an animal is conscious. That appreciation of consciousness comes here for us human being. That is consciousness, Atma Chaitanyam. We have to also add Atma Satta. Because Satta, Satyam is Chaitanyam. Chaitanyam is Satyam. They go together. Ananda also comes along with it. But in this example, Atma Caitanyamāśritya, that Satyamāśritya, anything depends on Satyam for its existence. Clay itself, pot itself depends on clay for its existence. We saw that. Dependent existent it is. Pot's existence is dependent existence. We saw that. That's why we gave the word mithya for these objects. Dependent existence. So finally it all depends on something which always exists. Nityam sada sat. Sada vartate. That sada vartate is always there. Something always exists. Then pot can say, I exist. That is what he's saying. Ātmacaitanyamāśritya. Given Atma, then everybody can pile up, pile on. Just keep on piling up. Ātmacaitanyamāśritya. Then dehendriyamanodhiyaḥ. So that Sat Tattvam and Chaitanya Tattvam is there. Once it is there, anything can say I exist. Or ideally they should say I borrow my existence. I really cannot exist independent of Atma. Like that the wise pot should say, wise pot will say. And so, svakiyārtheṣu vartante. Alright, so these mano, buddhi, diya, svakiyārtheṣu, swasvakiyārtheṣu. Each has its own job, respective job to do. Just like in a family, everybody has their respective jobs. And in a company, everybody, of course, has their respective jobs, well defined. And some people do better. And the good managers are able to recognize, oh, this guy is actually good at this also. Let's give him this kind of responsibility, they will say. So they will move his svakriya a little bit, flexible, and give him additional responsibility, give her different responsibility. So like that they do in companies. But still, finally, svakiyārtheṣu, everybody has a particular boundary of operation. Okay? And like that he's saying here, svakiyārtheṣu vartante. Swasva vishayeshu. Like that in the body also, each sense organ has its own domain. Its own domain of operation, realm of operation. That's what he's saying. Svakiyārtheṣu. Padmapada says, Swasva vishayeshu vachanadisu sankalpadishu. He says, Swasva vishayeshu. Ear only does one job. Where did we see this? And where did we see what job the ear does? That also. As though we don't know, but still we studied all these things. I will give you Tattvabodha. First, he lists all the sense organs. He says, Shrotram, Tvak, Chakshuhu, Rasana, Granam, Iti Pancha Jnanendriyani. Then he talks about Shrotram. Shrotrasya Devata, Shrotrasya Digdevata, Tvacho Vayuhu, Chakshushaha Suryaha, Rasanayaha Varunaha, Granasya Ashvinau, Iti Jnanendriya Devataha. Like that he lists all the Adhisthana Devatas. Then Shrotrasya Vishayaha, Shabda Grahanam. Shabda Grahanam. Shabda is sound. Grahanam is grasping. Shrotrasya Vishayaha Shabda Grahanam. Tvacho Vishayaha Sparsha Grahanam. Sparsha Grahanam. Chakshushaha Vishayaha Rupa Grahanam. Then Rasanayaha Vishayaha Rasa Grahanam or Rasana Grahanam. He says Rasa Grahanam. Granasya Vishayaha Gandha Grahanam. Iti. These are the Vishayas. That is what it means here. Swasva. That we have to connect like that. Swasvakiyārtheṣu. Svakiyārtheṣu means in their respective Vishayas they operate. They operate. Which we know. And svakiyārtheṣu vartante. Now he gives an example. Example. Okay. Sūryālokaṃ. So you have to understand sūryālokaṃ, not sūryālokaṃ. Sūryālokaṃ is different. So Aditya Lokam is different. That's here.
In the meaning, they have given Sūryālokaṃ.
This thing. In which book?
in our PDF or whatever form we have.
Okay, so that may have to change. And so there is an alternate reading, sūryālokaṃ. Sūryālokaṃ yathā. But the meaning, both words, the meaning has to be understood only one way, and that is sūryālokaṃ yathā janāḥ. Just like people's lives are all based on what? Surya prakasham. Alokam here is prakasham. Surya prakasham ashritya janāḥ svakiyārtheṣu vartante. That's how you have to fill it up. Correct? Janāḥ svakiyārtheṣu vartante. People engage in their respective activities based on the sun's light. Means what? The day, the time is critical. Time, everything is time. Alarm rings. And some people get up without alarm. Some people get up peacefully with the alarm. Some people say, and then they get up. So it all depends. Our karma, what it is only, it will decide how we get up. And then, already 6:30. So, like that. And so, sūryālokaṃ āśritya. Alokam. That is the meaning here. And what the meaning is not just like that. Surya is neither karta. He is not the karta. Neither he is the karayita also. Even though it looks as though my activities are my, what is that? Biorhythm, they say. There is some kind of rhythm. There is a word for it. There is a word.
Circadian.
No.
A circadian rhythm.
Circadian.
Circadian rhythm.
Okay.
Even though that circadian rhythm seems to, they say also, you should also sleep by 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10, so that you get up at 3:30, 4 in the morning. And so that is the most optimal way to operate this body. And circadian rhythms, there is a big science around it also. And so yathā sūryālokaṃ āśritya. And I violate that thing also. And I suffer. What to do these days? Very sorry to see many of our IT people working in the night to help some people who are okay in the daytime. So it's all very sad. But still, that's how life is. We'll manage. We're managing all that. So, sūryālokaṃ āśritya. Okay. And key here is
Sūryālokaṃ we should not take then.
Sūryālokaṃ is better. Padmapada takes it Sūryālokaṃ, and our this one Menanji also takes it like that. Paramarthanandaji says Ālokam is better than Lokam. He doesn't say why it is better, but he says it is better. Okay, so Sūryālokaṃ takes us into a different world. This is Bhulokam, We live in Bhulokam, not in Sūryālokaṃ. Therefore, I think Sūryālokaṃ is better. And so, that sun, neither it is karta, nor it is karayita. Even though it looks as though the sun is waking up everybody, really there is no agency. Sun has no agency at all. Like that, Ātma also has no agency, even though it provides the consciousness and existence to everything. It has no agency. Sanidhya-matrena. That is what we say in Sanskrit. Sanidhya-matrena or Sannidhi-matrena. Sannidhi. This word is so important for us, at least in Vedanta. We use the word, okay. Sannidhi means just by being present. That's it. Rajavat sadavisa. Just by being present, things happen. At least Raja has to periodically ask some questions. But Surya does not do anything like that. No talking, just by its presence. That is why that Bhagavan's that sanctum is called Sannidhi. Sannidhi, because just presence, that's all. In his presence, in Atma's presence, in Bhagavan's presence, everything happens. We take Bhagavan to be the creator. Yeah, that is the childish view. That is how we start. We have to go all the way to this Sannidhi Matrena. In Bhagavan's presence, everything happens. Mayaya kalpitam iti, we have to study. We are studying all that. That is why there is Sannidhi. Bhagavan's Sannidhi is there, we say. Sannidhi. So Sanidhyam. Sannidhi matrena. Atmanaha Sannidhi matrena. Dehendriyamanodhiyaḥ svakiyārtheṣu vartante. Svakiyārtheṣu vartante. You have to connect it to the Sannidhi there. Yathā janāḥ sūryālokaṃ svakiyārtheṣu vartante. Within brackets you can add that. So they say Aditya Prakasham Ashritya.
So is it Svakriya or Swakiya?
Swakriya. Here it is Swakriya.
Because you had corrected it while chanting Swakiya.
Okay, both forms are there. Svakiyārtheṣu, both are there. Okay. Svakiyārtheṣu. Tadatmanandaji says Svakiyārtheṣu. Paramarthanandaji says Svakiyārtheṣu. What about this one? Okay. So Padmapada's commentary, that author is saying Svakiyārtheṣu. Both are okay. Both are okay. Swakiya means its own artha. Vishaya. Artha here is Vishaya. Its own Vishayas. Engage in its own Vishayas. Swakriya means its own actions. Its own activities. Both are identical. Finally, both are identical. So what we will do is, we will go with what Swami Paramarthanandaji says. Svakiyārtheṣu. So let's bring that up. Thanks for bringing that up. Svakiyārtheṣu. Okay. Svakiyārtheṣu.
In that also the meaning that svakiyārtheṣu is there. There is a typo, that's all. Svakiyārtheṣu, that akara matra is there. It's not there. It's a typo.
Please make all the required changes. Svakiyārtheṣu. Okay, good. So
Guruji, how do we translate Sannidhi as in place, as in exist? Because if we say exists, then Atma, there'll be a contradiction there.
Yeah. Nidhi means a repository. Like a treasury. Nidhi is a treasury. Treasury of what? Treasury of Sat. Sat Nidhi is called Sannidhi. Treasury of Sat means what? Sadeva. This is Bhagavan. Sadeva. That which is Nityam. Ajo Nityam Shashvatoyam Puranaha is Sannidhi. That is Sannidhi. Unchanging. Independent of space and time. That is why our Vishnu has a chakra in his hand. Hey, the whole world is moving, but I am the unmoving. Achalaha. I am independent of time and space. So that is Sannidhi. Satnidhi. So here also. Here svakiyārtheṣu ātmacaitanyamāśritya. That Sat is Chit. So here he is referring to Chit, Chaitanya, Chaitanyam. I just said the word Sannidhi. Sat also is included along with Chit, because Sat is Chit and Chit is Sat. There are two different entities. Alright, we've said the meaning also. So let's chant the next shloka and then conclude.
Translation.
Sorry, 1 minute. Sorry, what was that?
Translation.
Huh?
Translation.
Of this.
Or translation. Ooh, yeah, of course. Translation. All right, let's do that. The body, mind and senses engage in various activities. The body, mind and senses engage in various activities with the help of Ātma, that is consciousness. With the help of Ātma, that is consciousness. With the help of Ātma, that is consciousness. Just as people engage in activities with the help of sunlight. Just as people engage in activities with the help of sunlight. So the body, mind and senses engage in various activities with the help of Ātma, that is consciousness, just as people engage in activities with the help of sunlight. So another thing that comes out of the shloka is what? Not only sunlight does not make me do, does not even do anything. Just by the mere presence of sunlight, activities happen. Not only that, sunlight is unaffected by my activities. Unaffected. So that asangatvam also, asangatva swarupam also comes out in this shloka. It is not said, but we have to keep in mind. This example is good to it. What does it say? It will, maybe somewhere it comes later on. Yeah, it will come. Just like the sun illuminates everything equally, impartially. Whether it is gold or whether it is dirty water, it will do the same job of illuminating. And it is unaffected by it also. Okay. Āpadāmapahartāram dātāram sarvasampadām lokābhiramam śrīrāmam bhūyo bhūyo namāmyaham kāle varshatu parjanyah prithivī sasyashālinī deshoyam kshobharahitah brahmanas santu nirbhayah Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om